Everyone, so today I'm back with another side-by-side cushion comparison, and today I'll be reviewing this newly launched cushion from Silkygirl, which is a pretty affordable brand if you guys know Silkygirl, and they released their Magic BB cushion SPF 50 PA++, and they say it's specifically formulated for Asian skin. Basically, this comparison to a lot of things in a drugstore in Singapore, you basically get things between the 25 to 30 range. I know that's not exactly cheap in comparison to, you know, Western style products which cost like $9, $10, but in Singapore the currency change kind of alleviates everything, and basically our drugstore prices are as such. This costs $19.90 and it's significantly cheaper than a lot of other cushions in the market, especially high-end ones. I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison with this budget style cushion from Silkygirl comparatively with the LANEIGE Pore Control BB cushion. So I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison, seeing whether, you know, drugstore cushions can actually live up to the hype of really high-end cushions. So if you guys want to see how these two sit on the face, then just keep on watching. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the state of my skin at the moment. It's not doing that well, but it has gotten a lot of better throughout the month. I think a lot of my acne has smoothened out. I have a few developing, you know, just basically because I'm not being very clean, and yeah, my face is looking pretty good. So for starters, I'm just going to quickly apply half my face with the LANEIGE Pore Control cushion just to show you guys a very quick base layer so that we can have something to compare the Silkygirl cushion against. Control cushion, it has a very unique cushion design, and also it's a very densely packed cushion. It's one of those high-end Korean products, so basically its technology allows for equal dispersion and also will not dispense too much product, but at the same time it will give you the desired coverage. So I'm just going to apply it on the right side of my face. If you guys want to see my full review on this, I'll link it down below. Everything looks like with one layer. I have the shade 23 Sand and it matches me pretty well. I must say that I'm looking a little bit darker than when I first bought this, but it gives me a very brightening effect, and it's about a medium coverage, nothing too high. A lot of my blemishes are still showing through, but it gives a very nice layer that brightens up the skin, also feels really comfortable, and it's not super dewy on the skin. And I feel like in my other review about this cushion, just basically showing you guys how it lasts throughout the day, it did hold up in humid climates, so it looks really good in the summer heat. But this is how it looks like. It's not the most full coverage cushion, but it's something that sits on the skin very naturally and looks very skin-like. So moving on over to the Silkygirl BB cushion, I feel like this resembles the old LANEIGE packaging, which is why I made a comparison with it. It looks on the left side, and I can say already that it matches me a lot better. It has a very nice yellowish, unfortunately a little bit orange undertone, but I think that's why it suits people of a medium and a richer skin tone a lot better. But I find that this also packs a lot of coverage, surprisingly, and it's not super dewy. It actually feels a lot like the LANEIGE Pore Control one, and I think that this shade is kind of like an NC 2025, but that in between, it's not super dark. I like how it's just really sitting on the skin very naturally as well, but I feel like this has a little more coverage than the Pore Control, and I did not have to use that much product. I wouldn't say full coverage, but it is a lot more full coverage than the Pore Control one at the moment. I like how it's really nice to blend. it doesn't cling onto any of my dry patches, but then again, I don't have that many dry patches at the moment. I think that the formulation isn't super moussey, it's actually quite liquidy, but it just glides over a lot of my textural issues and it feels really comfortable on the skin, and it feels moisturizing as well, but not as moisturizing as the Laneige one. So if you do have dry patches, do moisturize underneath this. So yeah, with that quick review, I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup and sum up my thoughts. So that's how all the makeup looks like. I just wanted to go in really close so that you guys can see a very detailed shot of the skin, because one of the noticeable difference I can pinpoint at the moment is that the pore control is really smooth on enlarged pores. I do have enlarged pores around these areas due to the fact that I'm an oily skin girl, and just basically a lot of my pores are very enlarged, which produces a lot of oil. But basically the pore control one glides over them and it doesn't make them look enlarged. It actually glides over the surface and looks a little bit more refined and glides over the pores basically. So what I can say is that the claims about it being pore controlling and whether it reflects a good sense of, you know, refinement on the skin, it actually does that. The Silkygirl one, it doesn't exactly, you know, settle that situation, but I find that this looks a lot better in terms of its full coverage abilities. But I think at the moment both of them are really comparative, and I think that the Silkygirl one is a little bit higher coverage, but the Laneige one just looks really skin-like and super flawless on the skin as well. So that's all I have to say at this point. When I'm done for the end of my day, I'll do an evening check-in so that you guys can see how well these two hold up and whether or not this budget find can actually compare against the high-end finds. So I'll just check back in at the end of the day. So I'm back from a pretty long day and my hair is like horrendous, but let's try to ignore that. As you can see, both sides, oh, and my lipstick's really quite a mess. But in any case, I just want to show you guys how it looks like at the end of the day, and basically I think both sides held up really well. You can see a significant amount of shine because I am sweating, but I can say that, you know, the Silkygirl side compared to the Laneige side, not too much differences, and if there were significant difference, it would show by now. I think that the Laneige, originally it did not have that high coverage, so it didn't dwindle down from what it initially was, but I think that it can afford to be a little more higher in coverage. But overall I think it still looks really skin-like. It doesn't feel like anything on the skin. For the Silkygirl side, I think that this is very reminiscent of one of the cushions I've tried before, actually kind of like the April Skin cushion, the black color facing one that I tried before. I'll link it down below, but basically it looks pretty much the same. It doesn't look as natural, but I feel like the shade match is a lot better for me. It has a very nice medium undertone, so it just complements medium olive skin really well. But I think that is a lot higher coverage. It looks really good on the skin. It looks a little bit more makeup-y, but it doesn't on the skin like you're wearing a lot of makeup. So I think that is an upside. Both sides, I think they held up really well under the summer heat, and also now it has been like crazy hot, and then it will just take a turn for the worse in terms of its rainy temperature. But I think that everything is looking really beautiful at the end of the day, and basically this whole demonstration is just to show that the Silkygirl cushion actually can pit against, you know, one of the more popular high-end cushions that claim to be really good under the summer heat, and the Silkygirl one does actually hold up, so you really do not have to spend an extravagant amount in order to get this kind of a result. So yeah, basically if you want to pick up the Silkygirl cushion, it's available available at all your drugstores, Guardian, Watsons, Sasa, anywhere that sells Silkygirl. And yeah, they have quite a range. I think they have 4 shades or 3 shades, but they basically do not just sit in the super light family. They actually go up to a medium light, which matches NC 20 to 25. So yeah, not much else to add. If you guys enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!